There was once a boy who dared to touch the sky, not with magic, not with divine power, but with wings made of fragile wax and feathers. His name was Icarus, the son of Daedalus, a brilliant inventor trapped with his child on an island prison. Stone walls surrounded them, and the sea stretched endlessly in every direction, leaving no path to escape. With no way forward, Daedalus turned his eyes upward, toward the only place no king could control, the sky. From feathers gathered by hand and wax molded with care, he crafted 2 pairs of wings. Before they flew, he warned his son never to fly too low, where the sea would weigh the wings down, and never too high, where the sun's heat would melt them apart. Icarus listened, or so it seemed. When they leapt into the air, the impossible became real. The wind lifted them, the earth fell away, and for the first time in his life, Icarus felt true freedom. The world below grew smaller, the sky wider, and the thrill of flight filled his heart. Slowly, he rose higher than his father, higher than caution, higher than wisdom itself. The sun burned brighter as he climbed, its heat pressing closer and closer until the wax that held his wings together began to soften and melt. Feathers loosened and drifted down like falling snow. The wings trembled, broke apart, and failed. Icarus cried out as he fell from the heavens, plunging helplessly into the vast, unforgiving sea below. The waves closed over him, and the sky that once carried his dream became his grave. This is the tragedy of Icarus, a story not about flying too high, but about forgetting the limits of being human. Daedalus was no ordinary man. He was the greatest inventor of his age, a mind so brilliant that kings both admired and feared him. It was he who built the labyrinth of Crete, a prison of stone so complex that no one who entered could ever escape. But when Daedalus helped the hero Theseus find his way out, King Minos turned against him. Fearing that his knowledge could threaten the throne, Minos imprisoned Daedalus and his young son Icarus on the island of Crete, surrounded by walls and an endless sea. There were guards on land and ships on the water. Escape was impossible, or so it seemed. Refusing to surrender to captivity, Daedalus searched for a way out. If the land was sealed and the sea was watched, then there was only one path left: the sky. Day after day, he gathered feathers dropped by birds, sorting them by size and strength. With careful hands, he bound them together using wax, shaping wings that could carry a human body through the air. For his son, he crafted a lighter pair, delicate but strong enough to fly. Before they escaped, Daedalus warned Icarus with a father's fear and wisdom. He told him to follow closely and to fly a careful path between earth and heaven. Flying too low would soak the wings with seawater and drag him down. Flying too high would bring him too close to the sun, whose heat would melt the wax and destroy the wings. Icarus nodded, eager and confident, hardly listening beyond the thrill of what was about to happen. When the moment came, the two stepped into the open air. At first, Icarus felt only fear, then wonder. The wings held. The wind caught beneath the feathers and lifted him upward. The island shrank below his feet, the sea spread endlessly beneath him, and the sky opened wide above. Laughter escaped his lips as fear turned into joy. He was no longer a prisoner, he was flying. As they traveled, Icarus began to climb higher. Each beat of his wings filled him with pride. He felt powerful, unstoppable, more than human. His father called out to him, urging him to stay close, but the wind carried the words away. The higher Icarus flew, the brighter the world became. The sun blazed above him, warm and inviting, like a promise of greatness just out of reach. Drawn by excitement and ambition, Icarus forgot the warnings. He rose toward the sun, chasing the feeling of freedom without limits. But the heat grew intense. The wax that held the feathers together began to soften. One by one, feathers loosened and fell, drifting silently through the air. Icarus flapped harder, panic replacing joy, but the wings no longer obeyed him. In a moment of terror, the wings collapsed. With nothing left to hold him, Icarus fell. The sky rushed past him as he plunged downward, his cries swallowed by the wind. He struck the sea below and disappeared beneath the waves, lost to the depths. Daedalus, flying behind, could only watch in horror as his son vanished. He named the waters where Icarus fell the Icarian Sea, a final memorial to a dream that soared too close to the sun. Daedalus continued to fly, but his heart was broken. He landed alone, carrying the weight of survival and the guilt of a father who lived while his son did not. Below him, the sea was calm, as if nothing had happened, yet it had claimed a life born from hope and ambition. From that day on, the waters where Icarus fell would bear his name, a silent reminder of the boy who dared to reach the sun. The story of Icarus was never meant to celebrate flight. It was a warning passed down through generations, a reminder that ambition without wisdom can become destruction, and that freedom without limits can lead to ruin. Icarus did not fall because he dreamed, but because he forgot the fragile boundary between courage and arrogance. And so, the sky remains above us, beautiful and untouchable. It invites us to look upward, to imagine, to dream. But the fate of Icarus whispers a timeless truth. Some heights demand humility, and some dreams require restraint. To fly is human, but to know when to stop is wisdom.